Hello everyone, this is the Green Snake Gamer playing Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights, Fishy clues for Scooby-Doo. Now we're not going to use the warp gate, instead we're going to go through the gate to Smuggler's Cove. This brings us to Shock on the Dock Part 1. The reason we're coming here is because now that we have the helmet invention, we can now break these barrels of fish. Inside are some Scooby snacks to collect. Now use this one to get on the roof here and collect the Scooby snacks if you didn't already. Just be careful of all these crabs walking around. Okay, now by breaking this barrel, you can see there's a switch here. We do not have the invention we need to activate it, so don't worry about it right now. Just keep that in mind for later. Okay, over here in the air is this soap bubbles. So you can collect it if you want, but you don't have to worry about it since we don't have that invention yet. Okay, now on our left here, there's another shadow, so let's jump over and collect that last Scooby snack. So now we're ready to go through the door. This leads us to Shock on the Dock Part 2. Okay, now that we got the anti-stick galoshes, it's gonna make going back here much easier now. So we're gonna take care of this fish enemy. She takes 2 hits to go down. And now we can jump and collect these Scooby snacks back here. Okay, now all the way in the back, you can see there's a caveman up there guarding some more Scooby snacks. We cannot get up there yet to collect them. We'll need to come back with another invention. So keep that in mind for later. Okay, we can't go through this door. It's sealed until we can hit that switch. So that'll have to wait till later. So just break these last 3 barrels and go through the door. This leads us to Fishy Clues for Scooby-Doo Part 1. Here's a save point if you want to save your game. Okay, now you gotta be careful on these moving platforms. They really make it difficult to collect the Scooby snacks floating around. Okay, make sure to jump down to the bottom too, because there are more Scooby snacks down here to collect. While you're down here, be careful of these piles of fish, because these fish enemy girls will jump out of them. So be extremely careful when you're down here. As you can see, they can just pop out at any time. So move with caution. Okay, make sure to collect that box of Scooby snacks. Another thing that makes it difficult down here is the floor is slippery, so you slide all over the place, so keep that in mind. Okay, we don't have the invention we need to hit that switch. Okay, here's another fish enemy. This slippery floor sure doesn't help me get lined up. Okay, that's all the Scooby snacks down here, so now we can use this trampoline to bounce back up, but make sure to bounce all the way to this top ledge, all the way in the back, on the left, just to collect a few more Scooby snacks. Okay, just gonna double check to make sure I got them all down here. Okay, looks good. So now we can keep going to the right. So let's try to collect all these Scooby snacks without falling off the ledge. Okay, now I gotta go all the way back to get back up. So this area, they really make it tough to collect the Scooby snacks. Okay, as you can see, now they added some flying fish flying around to get in the way. That's alright, we needed to come down here anyways. Now that we're on the other side, so there's more Scooby snacks to collect. So let's go around and collect all the Scooby snacks down here. And take care of any enemies we find. Gotta be very careful around these fish piles. Okay, as you can see, there's a shadow right there. Okay, let's hit the switch. As you can see, the switch turns on the fan, which is blowing toward a platform against the wall over here where that shadow is. Just keep that in mind for later. Okay, let's try not to get knocked off by these flying fish while collecting all these Scooby snacks. Gotta struggle to stay up here. Okay, here's the fan that's blowing. So we can collect this first Scooby snack, but we can't collect the other one yet. Once we get a certain invention, we'll be coming back here and making use of this fan. But we'll be getting that invention later. So keep going right. And here's the door. So let's go through it. This leads to Fishy Clues for Scooby-Doo Part 2. Okay, a locked door, so we're gonna have to look for some keys. Okay, so I'm gonna go down first. Again, we got more fish piles, so be careful of enemies. Okay, all the way on the right is this switch, but we do not have the invention we need to activate it yet. So keep that in mind for later. Okay, here's the first key. Make sure to collect that, along with all these Scooby snacks down here. Okay, here's an enemy. So just move very slowly when you're around these piles of fish in case an enemy appears. Okay, wasn't quick enough there. You gotta be very quick when they pop out. Okay, now all the way at the bottom here is this platform. Just stand on it and let the platform go up. On the right, you can see there's some scuba diver enemies, but we can't get over there to fight them yet. So just go left and collect these Scooby snacks up here. Just watch out for these crabs walking around. Now make sure to come up here to collect the second key. Now go back to the right. And jump back down. Okay, that takes care of down here, so now we're ready to continue ahead. So let's go back to where we started, here at the door. Now we just gotta ride these moving platforms to the left. Okay, here's one of those scuba diver enemies. Okay, wait for this platform to come down and then just ride it across. As you can see, there's a key ahead of us. So make sure to jump here to collect the key and land on the second platform. Okay, now be careful of this flying fish. Okay, here's the door. As you can see, we need one more key. So let's jump down and find it. Okay, there are more Scooby snacks to collect down here. Okay, let's be careful in case any enemies show up. Okay, all the way at the bottom is another platform that goes up. Now this leads us back to that platform we were at before when we collected the second key. So we don't need to go back up there. Okay, here's another fish enemy. Okay, just gotta be careful. Okay, don't see any enemies. Guess we're good. Okay, all the way on the left at the top is the last key next to the switch. Make sure to collect it and hit the switch. This brings down a platform. Okay, there's another enemy down here below us. That was close. Okay, I think everything's all clear. So go over to this platform that came down and ride it to the top. Okay, be careful up here. We have some more scuba diver enemies. Okay, where did that enemy come from? Okay, that's weird. I walked over that pile of fish and I didn't see any enemies pop out. So that one caught me by surprise. Anyways, go to the door. Now that we got all 4 keys, it's unlocked, so we can go through it. This leads us to Fishy Clues for Scooby-Doo Part 3. Okay, jump down. We got some more Scooby snacks to collect. Again, be careful of these fish piles all over the place. Okay, that looks like all the Scooby snacks down here, so use the trampoline to bounce back up. So head right using these platforms. Just wait for them to go up. Okay, at the top here is another scuba diver enemy. Then go left. Just be very careful not to fall off. Okay, now after you take care of the scuba diver enemy, jump on the gate on the right. Use it to get up here and grab this fishing net, and use it to swing over to the right. Now over here is a caveman enemy. So don't worry about going up there. Okay, now we're gonna go left. We're just waiting for that platform to come back. Okay, here we go. Make sure to jump to collect those Scooby snacks. Now we need to go right. Again, you gotta be very careful not to fall off. Okay, I'm gonna go backwards first, away from the door, because on this ledge over here is a box of Scooby snacks. Make sure to collect that. Okay, now we're gonna move ahead toward the door. Okay, but now we gotta fall down to collect these Scooby snacks at the bottom. Make sure to get this one floating under that platform. So let's carefully go around and take care of all the enemies we find. Okay, now let's use the trampoline to bounce up to the door. This leads us to Fishy Clues for Scooby-Doo Part 4. Okay, now all the way in the back, you can see there's a monster token. So I'm gonna jump down here first to collect the Scooby snacks at the bottom. Okay, that looks like all the Scooby snacks. So go over to the platform all the way at the back here and ride it back to the start. Okay, now be careful on these moving platforms. Just keep going around and around, trying your best to collect all these Scooby snacks. Okay, they make it a little tougher by putting a flying fish in the way. Okay, now I gotta go around again. Okay, there we go. Now we can keep going to the right. Okay, now they make it even harder here with 2 flying fish enemies. And they're moving. It's already hard enough with these moving platforms, throwing us all over the place. fall down here. Oops, I fell off the platform. Now I gotta go around again. Okay, there we go. So just ride these platforms down. Okay, now walk into this warp gate to activate it. Next, I'm gonna jump ahead in order to collect a few more Scooby snacks. Okay, now keep going, jump on top of this, and go over it. Now all the way in the back here, along with these Scooby snacks, you see this fan. Just like before, we do not have the invention we need to use this fan, so just keep that in mind for later. Let's try to get that last Scooby snack floating up there. You can almost reach it. Just use the fish here. There we go, to collect that one. So once we get a certain invention, we'll be coming back to use that fan. Okay, now when you're on the ground, you cannot get back up. So what you need to do is go over to the pile of fish and use it to get high enough to jump back over. Okay, next use this trampoline. Now use it to bounce up to grab this fishing net full of fish. And go left. So just use these to swing over and collect these Scooby snacks floating in the air. Now, as for the ledge above us, we cannot get up there yet. So we'll be getting up there later. Once we have the same invention, we need to use the fan. Okay, let's get up to that warp gate. Whoops, I accidentally activated the ledge to go up without me. Now I gotta wait for it to come back down. Okay, go up. Okay, now I gotta get off and get back on again. Okay, here's the snack gate, so let's pay the 450 Scooby snacks to unlock it. Okay, now I'm gonna use the warp gate to warp back to the mystery machine to save my game. And this will be the end of Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights, Fishy clues for Scooby-Doo.